get to work. So, working on the Royal Blood exhaust system. I'm tackling the first header. We're going to wrap around the left side of the bike. It's a little more tricky because the shape of these cylinders and barrels are different to other models we've worked on, and there's a little less space in the frame around the rear. And I'm also going to have to adjust this shifter rod and bring it out because if it goes on its course, it'll bump into the exhaust and I've got no room to get through this section of frame. Now I'm just going to make a few more cuts, get a few things tacked in, and then me and Joe are going to have a look at it and think what the best route to go with the exhaust on the other side. So you'll see it soon. I forgot to drill the holes in the rims while I had it in the jig. I'm not going to tell Joe though, so I ain't going to grass on him. So currently my task is to build the exhaust for Flaco. I'm thinking of doing a style of straight pipes, lots of bends, lots of pie cuts. Because we're going to Verona, I'm thinking I might go down the road of the Italian bikes, the Ducatis, where the exhaust is integrated and lots of sweep and bend. So that's the plan now. So I'll start tacking these pie cuts up and I'll get them on the bike. So here we have Royal Blood. This bike is having a knucklehead, which is an S&S knucklehead. This is a custom Lobo frame, so it's a little tight in here. We want to keep the right side of the engine exposed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the exhaust around the left side of the engine, a single exit on each cylinder to come out. It should be a nice smooth looking exhaust, so I'm going to crack on.
A couple of different ideas along the way, so I altered it as I went. We've got the little stem, which is quite a nice little touch actually, I must admit, which is actually locked in place through one of the bolt holes for the forks.
Yeah.
So you don't even see it. It just sits there.
No, it's super clean. Paul Fisk did the design on the headlight,
Yes,
which you ended up machining.
I ended up 3D machining that for you.
We did a 3D print actually of the lens to make it fit.
And that's incredible.
Isn't it?
You would think that's a full-on production piece out of a mould. I'm toolmaker by trade, mould toolmaker, and I'm impressed with that.
Yeah, so am I.
Because it would normally be thousands of hours.
And it looks like the stances, right?
It's not bad, is it? It's not bad at all.
No, we need tires and wheels and everything to know for sure, but we can also still adjust.
Yeah, you've got a little bit of movement there.
Yeah, where we can bring the fork in a little bit. And then of course, while we continue to the back, we have the rocker boxes, Smith rocker boxes that are open. They're windowed with plexiglass in there, which I don't know who did that.
I don't know who did that. Some old boy in Suffolk.
Yeah, exactly. Some bald guy.
Yeah,
with
that's
tattoos in his neck.
Yeah, the good-looking one.
Yeah,
that's it.
So I think the tricky bit about this bike, Paul, and I think you'll agree, is that we had the front end designed, but it was never fit on the bike. So we went on dimensions of the frame, gave them to Bill. Bill's got 30 plus year experience and figured out he knows what the length of the fork has to be. And these long forks need a short rake. So I think that I've been told by the guys that write these things anywhere between 2.5 inch to 5 inch, but closer to the 2.5. Whereas with normal bikes, you don't mind going a little bit longer.
Yeah, it's just going to, at the end of the day, it's a chopper at the end of the day. And you want to be able to ride it, but you're not going to be doing the Isle of Man TT.
Not on this.
And the only way at the end of the day is to ride it.
Yeah.
I've done it in the past, projecting lasers through to where they hit the ground, measuring your distance.
You can
it's always a good rule of thumb. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
But until you actually try it, you're not going to know.
No. Excellent.
A lot of work.
Well.
And a lot to go.
Yeah. Thanks.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Cup of tea. Right.
I think that's too short to have it there. So I think that if we were to run that one over and down.
But if we bring it down and we want the front header to connect to it, and we want to do it 2-in-1, the only spot it can connect is here.
Probably means take 7mm off that fork thing.
Well, off the so that it can move.
Yeah.
Right. Let me tap that.
All right, then we'll do that, Chad, because we're a team.
Workshop's freezing as usual. We've got a log file we can put on. But today, I am very busy. So my plan for today is to get all of the TIG welding done on the exhaust systems, because I'm the only one here that does the TIG welding. So I want to get that done. There's a few other items, the oil bags, I've got to finish off. We're doing some work on the handlebars. But tomorrow, I'm taking my wife to Paris because it's her birthday today. So I'm not here tomorrow. So that's the reason for the rush for the TIG welding stuff, because I need to get that done. So I'm losing a day. Hopefully everything will be up to speed when I'm done today. So yeah, I've got to crack on. It's going to be a busy day.
fourth day, early fourth day. So today what we want to get done on Royal Blood is I want to get the handlebars done, all nicely bent up, and I want to get them fitted, cut so the internal throttle can go in. I want to drill all the holes for the internal hydraulics for the clutch and for the brake. Want to get some of the electrics done underneath the bike because we're hiding the regulator underneath. With a little bit of luck, want to get all our lines sorted, and the rear wheel in would be great because at that point we would have a roller. The suspension mounts are on the frame, so that's good. They're all nice and snug. This was a bit of a struggle because this one's seized and it's stainless steel, so it was a pick to get out, but it's out and the new one is in. Yeah, so it's going to be an exciting day. A lot to do. I did this in 5-inch.
Yeah. Isn't that a bit short, this one?
Yeah. I also it up. Yeah.
Just saying.
So besides the fact that it's too short, I had an extra bend in here.
Yeah.
By accident, so I cut it off, made this one short, and for symmetry I made the other one short. But yeah, it's...
That'll do. Yeah, an inch there will be perfect, mate.
Okay. So previous handlebars that I bent were trial handlebars just to get a feel for what I wanted them to look like. Funny enough, they were pretty decent, except that I messed a little bit up, but also they were a little too short. So these are about 1.5 inches taller, but the pullback is the same, the midsection is the same. Obviously this is too long, I need to clean this up, and we're doing internal throttle on it, but except for that, pretty happy. It's an excellent bender from CT Newman. And then these will go on here like this. It's stainless steel, so after I'm done cutting and drilling and getting all the internal lines and our little spot where they pop out, it can be polished up and we're good to go. And yeah, we can do all of this stuff in-house thanks to the right tools. This is a contemplative look. Right pullback. It's basically the bend start because the radius on the CT Newman is nice and tight, so it has the radius basically where the triple trees end. So we're not extending too far, which I personally like. Yeah, happy. Keeps you nice and tight on your bike.
Yeah, so after a full-on day yesterday over at Lobo, fitting out the front end for Flaco, which was an enjoyable day, I must admit. Had a panic call from Joe yesterday to say there was an issue with the back brakes and that the calipers were binding very slightly. So Panda took him round last night about 8:30, 9 o'clock, bless him. And I jumped on them first thing this morning for you guys, and basically we've just had to create a little more clearance underneath. Now everything's bolted up, it's just nipped a little bit. So countersunk a few more holes, made some spacers up. Trial run both sets of wheels now for Royal Blood and for Flaco, and think we are good to go.
So today, end of day 4, I've hit my target of getting this exhaust done. I say done, it's got a few little things to do, a couple more mounts and put the springs on. Also been working on the engine mounts for Flaco, and a few other little bits and bobs. Everybody's been busy. Again, like I said earlier, I'm off tomorrow, so I'm leaving it in the hands of Joe and George. So hopefully nothing goes tits up. So this exhaust, 60 pie cuts. That means it's been just shy of 9 meters of weld, TIG weld, and whoever knows anything about welding knows that TIG welding takes a long time, so that's a lot of welding, a lot of heat, but it's on there now. But yeah, happy with the progress, and we'll be in Italy soon.
Okie doke. All right, guys, 4th day is coming to an end. A ton happened today, starting with the front end handlebars. I bent them up. And they're good to go. I drilled the holes to get all the lines to go internal, so I'll do that tomorrow, polish it up. But it's I'm happy with these. We have an exhaust that Panda welded up. There's a ton of work that went into it, but it's super nice and neat. And it's nice that the front header wraps around the left, so it leaves the knucklehead nicely on display. Seat from Tom is on, and the rear wheel is in, which is good. It's our stainless steel Invader with our inboard brake system, which keeps this whole side nice and exposed and open. And you also, I mean, this is just mocked up loosely, but you also start to see what it's going to look like with suspension on. A little bit of attention to the axle plates that allow you now to run a horizontal swing arm, whereas with a lowered bike, this would have kicked up a little bit had the axle been there. Tomorrow for Royal Blood, a lot of lines have to come in, a lot of work that you guys won't necessarily see, but it's still gonna take up a good amount of time tomorrow. And then the gas tank is going to arrive from Luke. He's bringing that over. That'll be exciting to see, because that always changes the look of a bike. And then Flaco has a very exciting day tomorrow, because the split rims are going to be bonded together by Leon from Tulmo. He came in from the Netherlands. He's going to bond them up. We'll put them on the bike, and it'll be the first time that Flaco has rubbers on the wheels, on the ground, and we can fully assess the stance. We can figure out if the trail is as good as we think it is. And for me to be able to fab the handlebars on there, we need to put the gas tank on, which is going to also be transforming that bike, because that's a funky gas tank painted by Gaetano Sol from Italy. So again, a very productive day. We are about on track. We still have 2 full days with the full crew, but tomorrow it's just George and myself, because Panda and his lovely wife are going to Paris to celebrate her birthday, which is awesome. I can work through the weekend, so I can get a lot done. So I think we're going to be okay, and that is not tapping into our nights, which we're trying to postpone till the end to keep us fresh during all these day builds. But need be, we'll just pull an all-nighter and get it done. And then we'll take the ferry Tuesday night to be at the MBE on Wednesday night, setting up on Thursday, and then everybody can come and see us on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And that's a wrap.